right, we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna send these requests first. Bam. Get this other invite. Bam. That's 2. So now we should, keyword should, be able to do this now. So we can do it.
Hello.
So that's one.
Yeah, it's one of us.
Okay, so
Go sit down, buddy.
Come on, kids in the background.
Kids in the back, you know how they do.
Can't relate. Mine's a teen now, so I just kind of shove him off.
Can't relate, man. Teenager. So I got a teenager too. Okay, he helps out. All right.
Multiple kids. I have multiple kids. It's okay.
My pull-out game is horrible. No pull-out. Pull-out for what?
Unless you owe the government money, you still get a nice little return, right? Ain't it like, extra money each kid?
Yes, I love tax time is a blessing.
So he said he got it, is what I heard. In like a month, they hit him up, flat out. It says they're unable to join. Why won't this let us be great?
Yo, that's some bull.
This is so funny.
That is some bull.
I have this theory though. Anytime you're trying to do something, and
wait,
it means it's gonna be good. Oh, here we go. We did it.
The homie.
Already. Okay, we're gonna just get running before our phones decide to say "fuck you" again.
Gotcha.
Welcome to Candid Convos with Candy B, with the girl Candy B. I appreciate anybody that stops in or watches this on the replay. Per usual, I'm trying to ask my guests questions that they haven't been asked before. So I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, tell me about when you decided to do the podcast." And I don't fucking care. I want to know stuff personally about you guys, and anytime you decide to say, "Hey, yeah, my business," fall back. I'll respect it, but again, you'll be the first people or person if one of y'all decide to fuck this up. That doesn't answer the question. I appreciate the participation and keeping the streak going. It would be nice to keep that going. So
bring it on. Bring it on.
This started. I said, are y'all ready to get this started?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Damn, I'm trying to hydrate.
It's
a new year. I'm trying to stay hydrated. Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm sure, like, he just started that. Like, stop. You were supposed to be
last week.
You were supposed to be
last
week. All right.
And a reason to lie about it.
What up, A? You chill out with the emojis, A. I got a man. Like, I got to tell him.
Shout out to Crazy A.
Looking thirsty. So, and I don't care who answers first. I want to know who your favorite Ninja Turtle is and the why.
Raphael.
Come on.
Come on now, Raphael. Yo, it's funny because I just watched that movie for the first time with my son. Now he's 11. And I forgot, man, like Raphael was cussing all throughout the movie. Like, damn it, man. Damn it. I'm like, yo, he was kind of raw, man. Dude had attitude. You know what I'm saying? And he was, rubbing blood. You know what I'm saying? He was gangster. He was a gangster with it. You know what I'm saying?
All day.
Yo, he was the first blood. He was the first blood in New York before Dipset. So.
What? Most soldier boy might say he was the first, so we gotta pay respect.
Okay, gotcha.
Good answer. It's on the board.
I like that. Same here though, Raphael, man, because everybody knows Raphael is black. Everybody knows Raphael is black. You know what I'm saying?
I thought they were all black.
You say what?
I said, to be fair, I was like, I considered the whole crew black.
I mean, that's because we blurs, though. So we quit to claim Donatello just for the blurry nature of it or whatever. But Raphael was definitely black. Definitely black. I mean, just like, yo, I'm tired of working for the white man, like conspiracy theory, militant turtle.
Definitely, was that
Reddit is a white man.
It was such a good movie, though, and I love that you're doing that with your kid because I am all about let me force upon you what
Damn
I
right.
enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a right class. You gonna enjoy what I enjoyed. So I like
Yep.
that. So I'm gonna ask something I typically don't ask because you brought it up with giving an example. But what else do you introduce your kids to? And of course, both of you answer as far as like music you loved growing up, albums or TV shows. What do you like? I don't give a fuck. You're watching this. You're listening to this.
Oh, my middle kid can like recite the whole Lauryn Hill miseducation of Lauryn Hill. He can
Nice.
recite like the whole thing.
Nice.
Because every time it comes on in the car, I'm like, hey, that's Lauryn Hill. Hey, this is real music. Hey, the instrumentation is dope up here. And like it stuck with him. It stuck with him.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay. Good one. Good one. I give you
Yeah,
that.
how
All
you
right.
follow that?
All
He's
right.
like,
Give
my
you
okay.
whole Nas album.
that.
You know
Damn,
what I'm
man.
saying?
No, man. I think I forced my son to watch a season of Dragon Ball Z with me. It was the first season of him going against Vegeta, and he don't know what's going on. I said, listen, man, all you got to see is the fights. That's it. Just listen, look at the fights, man. That one, right? And also, I had him memorize what's that song by Earth, Wind and Fire? Had him memorize every lyric to September. He knows that song word for word. Yes, sir.
Yes. And not the Miley Cyrus, not
No,
Miley Cyrus. It
hell
was the other white girl. It was the other white girl. Taylor Swift, not the Taylor Swift version.
Yeah.
No.
No,
like,
sir.
No.
Mm-mm. Hell no.
No. Not that I,
Yeah.
got a problem with the Swifties.
That's right, Mike. That's right.
She got a little bit of bop. Okay.
Not
So,
that song though.
no. It's like she fell off. I'm like, I need you to like keep getting played out by men so your music can be good because her, Keisha Cole, Mary J. Blige, you can't
Mary J.
You mean Monet? Monet. Not Mary J. Monet.
Okay, so do you watch the show? Do you
What's
watch the show? I know you
Oh,
do.
hell yeah.
Nah, what's that?
Oh, come on,
What y'all
man.
talking about?
Power.
What y'all talking about?
Power
You're
book.
lying.
Power.
Yeah.
Oh, Power. Oh, nah, I ain't seen it yet. I'm slipping. I
Come
know,
on, man.
right?
Come on,
Go
man.
ahead.
Listen, man.
I need you
There's
to go
other
ahead
stuff.
and like, watch it.
Peace out. This is great.
As we continue the interview with clearly the more intelligent half, no, you'll like it. You'll like it. So I won't talk
I'm sure. I watched Power, but I just ain't seen the new joints. You know what I'm saying?
Surprisingly, you'll like it because you remember how like we all hated Tariq, and you're
Right.
gonna be like, damn, like I still kind of hate you, but I want the best for you.
Yeah.
It's weird
Toxic.
but they're doing such a great job with writing and acting. So anyway, you'll have to get to it. All right, keeping on the theme, since we're talking about the kiddos, thinking about when you were getting into your teen years, what was the conversation like, if there was any conversation about sex? And like, did your parents talk to you about it? Did you got to get some learning from somebody at school, or what was that like?
Ooh. For me, it was a whole lot of hentai. I was trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in this anime film. Why is women having sex with demons and shit? You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, oh, that's hentai. I'm like, oh shit, that's sex, right? And yeah, man. And then people from around the way like, hey, man, this is what you do. You know what I'm saying? When you try to put the moves on somebody. So yeah, that was my introduction on some nerd shit. Hentai first, and then the actual talk about sex.
Man, the extent of my mom's, because Papa was a Rolling Stone, so the extent of my mom's sex talk with me was, don't get nobody pregnant. That was about it. You know what I'm saying? Wrap it up. Don't get nobody pregnant. That's it. And I was a little freak too when I was a teenager, right? So it was by the grace of God. It really wasn't too many girls out my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get a car, so I was like maybe 17, 18 or whatever. So the only girls I could like mess with was girls in my neighborhood. And won't no girls in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? This is pre-social media. Kids got it good nowadays. You can just Uber to a girl house now. but not in the late 90s. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? So
we're definitely
that's all that was.
that. Like, I used to have to walk to see your daddy. Like that. You're definitely walking. Be back before the street lights come back on. And definitely gonna have extra salt in your game if you had siblings, because my little brother was life. Siblings ruin everything. How many siblings do you guys have?
I got 2.
I got so many because again, my dad was a complete hoe. So a complete hoe, not a half hoe.
360 hoe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about phases of the moon. You got like the Wayne and Gibbons. Like, he want that. This nigga was a full hoe.
The way that's my favorite moon phase on some dork shit. Baby.
Wayne and Gibbons. But look, like, okay, so as far as that was in the house with me, I got 2 older brothers, 1 older sister, and then 1 younger sister. And then all them kids that my dad got, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? And let me tell you this, right? My dad was such a jerk for not introducing us all, because I guess it won't process it in his mind. We all like in the same city. So I actually went to high school with a couple of my cousins. I was this close to talking to my cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Not luckily, but my grandfather died on my dad's side, and I went to the funeral, and I saw her. And I was like, what you doing here? I know you from school. She was like, what you doing here? I was like, what? What's their mama name? Oh, my God. We cut first cousins at that. You know what I'm saying? It was that close.
Very Alabama.
Thanks, Dad. Let's go.
So
kid would have came out with a hand growing out of his ear, and you know what I'm saying?
Damn. Podcast. I don't know. Have y'all been on their podcast?
Not yet.
I think so. No. We actually going up there next month.
I think y'all would be like fit energy wise and playing games and stuff. Go ahead and slide them DMs, DC. He don't sleep, always working. So, still staying in the adolescent time, what was the relationship like with the parents, if they were like alive and around?
Okay.
Well, just like your dad was not out. So that's that. As far as well, you can still talk about it if he came back, but I don't know the situation. Yeah. So if you feel comfortable, they said you already booked and busy. I know that's the fuck right. So if you have a relationship with him now, what is that like, and how's the relationship with your mom? And then same question for you. You didn't say your dad was hoeing, so I'm assuming
that nigga was out there, fam. Just out there, just spreading the seed around. Johnny Appleseed, that's what they call him. That's it. Black Johnny Appleseed. But like my relationship with Mom Dukes is A1. Like I love her. She's so much like me. You know what I'm saying? Like we both like know-it-all types, and she's like that. You know what I'm saying? So we butt heads, but it's like funny. It's never no tension. I love her to life. My dad. Don't really talk to him often for real, but it's no ill will there. Like when I was a little bit younger, like I legit held some stuff against him because I'm like, yo, you on a round and I'm a black man. Like I needed you at 14, 15 because I could have easily went with the wrong crowd. It was just so happened my mom's influence was so strong that I never wanted to go with the boys who were selling drugs, but no, I had friends that was doing it. I could have easily went that way. So I held something against him for a time, but when I became a man, I was like, it's all good. Time is short and all of that. So we're cool, we're cool.
All right. That was up, man. Pops and moms split up when I was around maybe 10, 11 years old. And I've been with my mother up until I was, 16. Then lived with my father from like 16 to my adult years. But They cool. They cool. You know, my mother is Panamanian, so she's really really spicy. She don't take no
Gang,
shit.
gang.
You know what I'm saying? You know, she's ready to let go with the sandal as a weapon, a mass destruction. So you know, love her for that. Pops, my pops. Let me tell you right. Before I met Arye, my pops used to work at Bank of America with me. Right. My father was so damn smooth. He was pulling youngins my age when he was at Bank of America, man. I used to go to his crib and like, hold on, don't I work with you on my job? Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Got a Bank of America tape measure.
You see? Yeah, man.
Bank of America.
But now my father is not a Rolling Stone, but he gets around. He's so opposite of me where he's more extrovert, I'm more introvert. So he's, really, really talkative and real smooth and all that shit. I'm like, listen, man, I'm cool, but yeah, but everybody's cool. Everybody is a unit when it counts.
That's nice. I like hearing that because it can be really hard going through your adult life carrying that childhood trauma of mama never did this and daddy wasn't there. So it's nice that you both have a place of peace with that and acceptance of what is now. So how did being raised by the person who raised you affect your grown-up relationships as far as with the ladies? I'm assuming you are both very sweet, so that's why I just.
Yo, it's funny because like it doesn't matter how the argument between me and my wife started. If I ever go to my mom's house and be like, yo, me and Kiara, we beefing a little bit or whatever, she'd be like, what did you do? What did you do? Like, she immediately takes my wife's side. So my wife like to joke. She says something like, your mom like me more than she like you, right? Like, that's actually what's happening right now. So I let her run with that. It ain't true though. I'm the baby boy. You know what I'm saying? I can do no wrong.
That's definitely
I can do no wrong. I'm the baby boy. I'm not a mama's boy though. There's a difference. I'm just the youngest of all the boys, but yeah.
Okay. I'm the middle child, so nobody don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the oldest. I'm not the youngest. I'm the middle one. So I guess back when I used to live with my father going into my adult years, there was a lot of shit going around. Like I never stayed in one place for too long. You know what I'm saying? So I never really had a lot of friends. And I was always moving between house to house to house to house, like in my final years of high school. So when it came to relationships, I always kept people at arm's length because of that, because I don't I might not be here too much longer. You know what I'm saying? But as you grow older, you get over it. And now I talk to my father more about my relationship with my woman because he's been through so much bullshit dealing with women. So I learned from his mistakes. And my mother's like, you'll just work it out. I talk about him. He gives me the true shit. Like, listen, I did X, Y, and Z. Don't do any of this shit right here and fall into my actual pits of despair or cheating or whatever. So, yeah.
I know that's right. See, that's how your pops be gaining the bitches. He's like, look, I'm going to go ahead and tell you how to be better. The best for you. And it's like,
pimp.
OG pimp.
Post up. So as far as still staying on the topic of relationships within your marriage or with friendships, what would you say is the hardest thing about being your friend or being your mate?
Ooh. With me? Go ahead, man.
I would just say coming to the realization that I'm going to be right 95% of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like the quicker a person recognizes that fact, the happier we all will be. You know what I'm saying? So it's gotta be different. It can't be easy being with somebody who's so magnificently right most of the time. It gotta be frustrating. You know what I'm saying? So coming to terms with that is probably the most difficult thing.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
Okay. For me, I hate talking on the phone. So for all my friends, I'm like, listen, if you don't text me, if you don't insta me, if you call me, I might not call you back for like another 2 months. I hate talking on the phones. I do. I do. I do. Because, I mean, I have worked half of my life at a call center for whatever reason, right? And that kind of like, I'm like, I'm tired as fuck talking to people all damn day. Text me, instant me, whatever, right? Yeah. And then, when it comes to my lady, I don't like to tell her all of my plans because I like things to be surprising. You know what I'm saying? And she always wants to know, like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on? I'm like, no, let's chill. Let me surprise you. Be surprised for once. You know what I'm saying?
Like, shut up, woman! Shut your ass! Shut your ass! Every once in a while, man, you gotta, every once in a while. It's healthy.
Surprise, I get that. But ain't no man surprising somebody all the time. Like, tell your business.
I do it every day. Every day I surprise with something. A dance.
Let them know, G.
A dance.
Let them know.
A freestyle. Some cookies.
Go to Marcus. He's a little dance. I know that's right. Some cookies. Okay.
My man G said a freestyle. I can see you like in the mirror practicing like Issa. Like, yo who about to kill this? I'm about to kill this. That's an insecure shit.
I would pay to see that on video. That needs to be a TikTok. You will go viral.
Okay.
Freestyles you do
Got it.
for your. I'm telling you, I know how to get my Chris Jenner on the legend. That's going to get you the numbers, sir. I'm telling you.
I'll take that. All right. I'm going to do that then. Watch.
When is the last time you cried, and what was it about, if you feel like sharing?
Damn.
Oh, so we going deep. We going.
Oh, yeah. Darling. We talk about the real shit. In this
into the deep.
2 years ago, when Kobe died. And I don't think it was much as Kobe, but the fact that his daughter, and there was another family there as well. I remember I'm at work at Verizon, and when I heard like the complete news, I was boo-hooing. I'm talking about fuck being a man right now. Full red eyes, buckets of tears coming down, and yeah, that was like the last time I cried about Kobe, man. Rest in peace to Kobe.
For me, it's funny because I didn't cry when Kobe died, but I was legit this close to it. I was bummed out like everybody else was, man. But the last time I cried was July because my oldest brother passed. He passed in July, so that was like big, like. So yeah, definitely cried during that time period. But it's funny, man, because it's like really the only time I cry. Like I only cry when people die. Like I don't like if stuff is just frustrating. Like I don't know. I just keep that shit in. You know what I'm saying? I repress it. It can't be healthy, but I do it. I don't know. I've always been like that. But the only time I cry is like when loved ones pass away. That's just like it.
I will say that's relatable content. I held a lot of stuff in throughout my 20s because it was either like I'm either depressed or I want to fight, but there was like no in between. And now that I'm in my 30s, I promise you, it seems like I cry at everything, even when I want to fight. It's like
Okay.
So that's what's going to happen to you. The dam is going to break, and it's just going to be like, why am I crying just watching this movie? It's gonna be some Disney shit.
Yo, I'm guilty of that shit too, man. Coco, nigga, fucking Coco, man.
In a dark place, and again, anytime you don't want to answer something, you don't have to. But have you ever been depressed or suicidal? And how have you gotten yourself through those moments?
Okay.
That's rough.
All right.
That's,
Um,
that's you know, she
yeah, going for the gut.
Bob and weave.
Going for the gut, man.
But that's how you do it. That's how you become great. I would say I've never been suicidal just because I don't know the way I look at life. I'm an optimist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always of the belief that even if stuff is going wrong, number one, it's going to get better. You know what I'm saying? And you know my faith in God like really helps in that.
Mm,
But then number two, it's always somebody who got it worse than you. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like I'm upset because maybe I'm in between jobs and bills is due. Excuse me. And I'm daddy and I'm husband. So, you know, they looking to me for answers. You know what I'm saying? And I got
mm,
to, you know, pull some gymnastics to make A fit into B and make everything work smoothly. But I'm like, yo, dang, it's somebody out there who ain't got no legs. Like that's not funny if somebody not having legs.
mm.
It's not funny. But like seriously though, like I remember last year I was at the gym and I was just like, yo, man, I've been lifting weights, I've been eating good, and like the scale isn't coming down. It's coming down slowly, but not like I wanted to. So I got a little bit discouraged. Then
Right.
I was watching YouTube and legit, it's this dude who ain't got no. I think he was like an army ranger. He lost both of his legs in a war, but he's like a bodybuilder.
Yep,
So
I've seen him.
with no legs, he's still in the gym lifting. He's still being strict with his diet. He's still grinding. I'm like, damn, this nigga ain't got no legs, and I'm complaining just
Right.
because I
Mm,
probably ain't put in enough work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always quick to come back to reality and be like, nah, somebody got it worse than you. You just need to, you know, to do better. So yeah, never been suicidal, but
mm.
definitely have been depressed a few times in my life.
Right.
Definitely have been. But again, my faith and praying, you know, reading the Bible. Yes, I read the Bible. I'm not a complete heathen. I'm only like a halfway heathen. Like Watson gives us to go
I
back to
say
that.
go back to the moon.
Go back to the moon phases. You know what I'm saying? I'm only like half heathen.
Okay.
But you know, the my faith in God definitely has helped me through some dark times in my life.
All right. Respect. Respect. Last time I felt like that was back in college. I remember my father was going in and out of like rehab. You know what I'm saying? And it was my freshman year in college, and I was so worried about him that I wasn't doing good in school to the point where I was about to get kicked out in my freshman year. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a long ass time to get out of that slump, like, you know, me trying to take care of him much as I can and to do better in school. With friends around that I've made on campus, it kind of brought me out of that depression, sort of say, because I was at a point where I wouldn't eat. I lost like 40 pounds to where I was like I was a stick on campus. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was a tough time in my life right there. But I learned to, you know, lean on good people to kind of like, you know, bring me out of that before I get too deep into it.
Okay. And I want to thank you guys as I keep asking deeper questions. I appreciate the transparency because it's not easy to talk about things sometimes. And I don't feel like men of color, especially, get enough exposure and platforms to
That
be
part.
like, I'm not just one or two things. So I appreciate you guys sharing these answers. Have you been to counseling before? Do you believe in any type of therapy for yourself?
Yeah, not
This is all
yet.
the therapy I need right here.
It's the
This is it. The rock, son.
it's the rock.
I know
You
how
gotta
to
go
unite.
like this with a bottle, man.
Yeah, I was
Don't drink your problems away, people. I'm just playing. But no, I think counseling is dope, man. Like I've never done it myself, man. You know what? I don't have a lot of fears in life. You know what I'm saying? You remember we were talking and we had you on the show on the Geek Salad podcast, link in the bio. We had you up there. We were talking about Russell Wilson, and I said I ain't like the fact that Russell Wilson as a father. He said his biggest fear is his woman leaving him. I was like, nah, you should probably have some other fears. I only have two fears. one fear is something happens to my kids, right? Because like as a father, you know, like we're supposed to protect. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the only fear I got. That's another reason too. When Kobe died and his daughter died too, I was like, damn, that you got to feel a certain way dying, and you can't even help your kid, and your kid about to die too. That's wild. But my second fear is losing my mind. Those are the only two fears that I have in life. So if I ever felt legit like in my mind, like I couldn't get it together, I would be quick to go to counseling. I just never felt that way. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's, I'm glad the stigma around it, especially within our community, is kind of dissolving a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's good. I definitely think there's a place for counseling, man. I think it's a good thing to do if you really need that type of help.
Yeah, I want to try it just because sometimes I've been having bouts of low self-esteem, and it's all me, and it's all here. And sometimes I want to speak with somebody that knows how to deal with that directly. So I'm looking. I want to make some time for it. I just haven't like jumped the gun to get started yet.
Well, that's a big deal that you're even looking. I kind of thought I had my shit together in certain areas until I went to therapy, and it was like, bitch, you're right, and I'm not. So it definitely helps sift through all your own negative self-talk. And I'm a big fan of non-traditional ways of therapy, because before I started jumping back in the dating pool, I legit had a love coach. And I know that sounds silly to even have, but I'm like, obviously, I don't know what I'm doing in this area. And just like we pay a professional when we want our car fixed properly, or when you want a really good massage, get the best masseuse. To me, it's the same thing when it comes to relationships, whether they're, you know, friendships or with your love life. So I think that's going to be literally life-changing for you whenever you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. I'm ready for it.
Keep that in you.
Do that, bro. Do that.
Yeah, do that shit. Do that shit. Do it. Okay.
What?
How long you two have known each other, and don't answer the question because I don't care right now. I want to hear how you feel the other has made you better since you've known them.
I feel like some sappy romantic comedy music to be playing in the background.
Right.
I love you, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Express your love.
Yo, I to answer your question, you said we can't answer. I know G for about 10 years, just about 10 years. It's about 10 years since we know each other.
Yeah,
we
man.
Gotta do something.
Yeah, man.
We gotta take some shots or something.
Yes, sir.
But we met at Bank of America, another stupid call center job. What I like most about G is so consistent. Like it'll be a time where like I'm just like not feeling like posting on social media or whatever, and I'll go on our page and G then put up like 5 posts in like an hour or 2 hours or something like that. And I'm just like, yo, you know, this is a partnership that me and him have, and he's like grinding, and I just been like chilling because like I'm quote unquote on vacation, you know what I'm saying? And he's doing that, so it's like that inspires me to like create content to put on the page too, man. So it's definitely his consistency.
Oh, appreciate that, man.
No doubt, man.
From my esteemed brother Arye.
Shut up, Candy.
But Arye, when it comes to the podcast, he pushes me to be like a better interviewer, right? Before I used to just, first observe and then cut in. But now with us doing this for almost 4 years now, right? We've been, he instills that confidence in me whenever we're speaking to guests that I might not know about. So I found ways to keep the conversation lively because of him. So it's like a good back and forth, like Batman and Robin type of thing right there. So I thank you, brother, for giving me the confidence to do our thing, man.
Hollywood shit. Thank you.
Yes. He hit you with your thank you, brother. That's how you know everybody.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Oh my. Okay, I'll stop. All right, we'll break up some of the mushiness with some bullshit because I do brand this show as real shit mixed with bullshit. So on to the bullshit.
Okay.
Who owes you money and how much?
Ooh.
Who owe you money? What?
Who owe me money and how much?
Who owes you money?
That's somebody else. Don't nobody owe me money because I don't lend folks money. I legit do not lend folks money.
I respect that.
No.
I respect that.
It'll be like, yo, if I give it to you, it just be a gift. You know what I'm saying? It's a gift because I don't like people that be like, and I know a couple of them. I don't like people that's like, you know, all right, I need $200. You know what I'm saying? I got you back when I get paid next week, right? You know, all right, so you give them $200 or whatever, and then you don't hear from them for months, and then you see them buying Jordans or whatever on like social media, and it was like, nigga, what about my $200? So to alleviate all that, I either don't give it to you if I can't give it to you, or if I can give it to you and you like a friend, yo, this is you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta bring it back. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
You know who owe me money? The damn IRS. They owe me a couple thousand, couple bands. They said 2 more weeks. It better be all on time. I'm gonna be like Stewie, hey man, with my money, man.
When they show you that date, I'm like, I want it on this date, and I mean immediately. Not a day later, I want this shit like I'm getting y'all shit on time.
People like, that's good orange juice. That's good. It's like break it over there.
I was joking about that shit. He was not playing around.
Hey.
Me and my friend were laughing about it. He said, "What was the money that he owed me before?" I was like, "What did Brian owe him the money for?" I don't even remember.
I don't think it was that much money. Neither.
It wasn't, man. It wasn't.
Stewie was just like, I'm not having it. I'm sorry.
The motherfucking people, and I honestly, as a person who's extra, I respect it. Which is why I don't lend out money either. I'm like, look, I'm gonna give it to you. I don't even want to hear. I got you. Don't worry about it. If I have it and I'm trust that you're gonna use it for whatever you said, or if I'm not that worried about it, here you go. But I don't want you on a payment plan. It just gets too messy, especially if there's friends involved and stuff. It's just too much.
Cause like I'm so opposite of that. It's like it irks me when people not like me. Cause if I'm like, yo, if I'm ever in dire straits, like I need $500 or they gonna like kick me out my house, whatever, and I come to you and you're friend enough to loan me $500, trust and believe every day after that I'm thinking of ways I can pay you back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get it back to you. That's me. Like I've always been like that. So then when people ain't like that, it's just like
no, they like because I borrowed from friends and even giving them like a little extra on top because I hate asking people for help. I really do. I'd rather work myself to death or figure it out before I'm even like, yo, let me hold something. So when I do, I'm like, this is the date, this is the time. You will get this Cash App. I'm gonna throw in an extra 20 for you. I like, thank you. I don't play that shit either. So, but the first step in understanding other people is that they're not you. You can write that down, meditate on that. And that's gonna help.
Okay.
I know that's hard for him because he's so perfect 85% of the time. So that's
it's 95, but you know. That's neither here nor there. We are none of us perfect. Hey, hold on. G, did you just type that comment? Damn right.
Well, it was to Blood's Eye View about the IRS. Not to you.
Who had the Geek Salad page? I thought our page got
He's real time supportive. He's supporting what you're saying.
In real time.
Real time. So
I was like, what the fuck?
All pretty nerdy here. So growing up, there had to be somebody in cartoon world, anime world, where you was just like, if they was like a real life person, I would bang them. So who was the baes? Who was the baddies? I was like, damn.
You going there with it? You going there with it?
Dang.
Nasty asses. Y'all.
I would say, okay, so I'm gonna have to do two. The first one was before I was thinking about banging chicks. I was just like, I was just liking chicks. I was probably like maybe 6 or 7. I was watching reruns of Wonder Woman with Linda Carter. And oh my God, this is before I discovered. This is before I discovered the beauty that is sisters. You know what I'm saying? I just know what I see on TV. You know what I'm saying? And when she would hit that little twirl and start spinning around, I was like, yo.
He said, yes.
I wouldn't know what to do with it if I had it, but I know that I want it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I want that.
Gotcha.
And then
I'm gonna get the second one. I gotta think of the second one.
All right.
Because the second one gonna be when I was a teenager and I was really thinking about,
Okay. I got two for y'all. Chun-Li with them thick ass thighs when she was doing the triple kick. Right.
trying to peek, playing the game like.
Yeah, you play. I can see it. I can see it.
And Chun-Li was thick though.
Yeah, and who was it? Morgana and Night Stalkers. She was like the vampire chick.
Night Stalker?
Yeah. Night Stalker, Dark Stalkers, something like that. About. Yeah.
And she had the cleavage.
What's that?
The cleavage?
Like, yeah. They have Felicia in it.
Yeah, that joint. Yeah, that joint.
Wow. Those are really good picks. Like, I feel like those are legit. I hear a lot of the same answers, but I'm trying to hear from that. Okay, you might be into some. You talking about some art now. Your girl ain't got no time.
I'm a nerd through and through. And listen, y'all, real quick, right? I watched the Street Fighter movie, the actual animated movie, right? Like 2 weeks ago. And there was a scene where Chun-Li was fighting against Vegeta in her crib. Yo, I didn't know that back then. They show her in a shower, butt ass naked, titties all out. I was like, hold up, I remember this shit. And Street Fighter.
You probably saw the edited version.
Probably.
That's probably what it was.
Probably, yeah, man.
Saw the edited joint.
I was like, I don't know who this, but they had some fantasies. They were not. You guys, would you consider yourselves good cooks?
Oh.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Oh my, yes.
Yes, indeed.
Down.
I love the two very confident different answers because you were like, yes, indeed, yes. And he said, oh.
Well.
Oh, me? With my monocle. Yes, I am very good at cooking.
Indubitably.
That was funny. So I believe y'all probably talked about it before in a separate chat eons ago, but I forgot. I want to know your zodiac signs and if you believe in any of that shit.
See my face?
No, I don't. I only know my sign. I don't know nobody else's sign. I'm an Aquarius. That's it.
Listen, I'm a Scorpio, but I don't know what that shit means. And then people are like, yep, that's a Scorpio. I'm like, what the fuck? What does that shit mean?
I don't understand. They don't know either. That's just what everybody says. Nobody knows.
I do feel bad for you because I think Aries, Scorpios, and Geminis are signs that people hear and they go, oh, they like suck in the air or like, you're not really like people are just like gross. So I kind of feel bad for you in that, right? But then that's also your fault for being born a Scorpio. So
you see, this shit made no damn sense to me, man. So you're telling me the stars determine your fucking personality. So if you're a Taurus or a Gemini or a fish or a scorpion or a monkey, a fucking earthworm, it don't matter. The stars say, if you're a piece of shit of a dual personality, then you will ever be that way. I'm like, God damn, really? Damn.
Listen, let me tell you why I think the whole zodiac system is BS, right? When I discovered this, because like I had a homegirl at my last job who, she knew everybody's sign. She was that person. She could tell you what every sign meant, right? I learned that you got like, don't you have like a you have like two. Everybody has like two signs or something. You got like a
Yeah, some
moon,
rising
something,
and some other stuff. I don't know all
or
that.
something. So I was like, wait a minute. So you telling me on top of the fact that you got your regular zodiac, then you got like a moon sign too. On top of that, there could be something different.
And
So I'm
there
like,
are
yo,
too.
it's so much variance in it. Like, don't it just seem like you got some people that's jerks and there's some people that's just cool people? Like, what? It's
I
too
will.
much, man.
I don't
It's
like
too
people.
much to be accurate.
I don't like people using it as an excuse to be like a bitch or an asshole. I'm just like, no, you
Yeah, yeah.
are fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Not because you're a Sagittarius. You're just fucking annoying.
Or like,
So
I'm crazy. I'm such a Gemini. Like, no, you just fucking crazy. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
I
You
like the
just
impression
crazy.
that you did too. That was extremely accurate. Although, anybody that watches this or you're watching right now, I will say this much because I used to be a person that was like, I'm not subscribing to any of that bullshit ever. Right? And then when I started finding out some like celebrity Libras and they were always people I was obsessed with, I was like, oh, well, maybe there's something there because Gwen Stefani and Fran Drescher. And I was just like, these are all people I really like, love, right? But I can't 100% go with it because I could take a little bit from each sign description and be like, that's me on a Thursday. That's me when I'm hungry. This is me when I feel this. But I'll give y'all this much though. I do believe since we're made of majority of water and the moon controls the tides, there has to be something in some spiritual way that happens within us as the moon phases change. Now that I believe a bit more than just saying, hey, I'm 100% this and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the science behind it or the
Okay.
spiritual link, but
I could get with that.
I'll give them that much. But I can't like because I'm a Libra, I'm gonna cheat on you, nigga. Like no.
you just like dick a lot. just be honest. You just really like dick. You was ready for some new dick, and then
that's it.
Right, that was
or
it.
You're dipping in the dick if you're a Gemini.
You know I'm a Libra. Like, no, you are a whore.
I'm a Taurus. I those in the comments that said y'all are the bulls. I've never met like a bad one. But that doesn't mean there's not some Taurus people out there that are assholes. So that is always a fun question for me to pick people's brains about. So sticking in kind of like a spiritual-esque realm, do you believe in God? I know this one said he reads the Bible, so he's there. Yes, both of y'all stop floating and shit. Do you believe in God, and what was the experience that when you're like, you know what, God is real?
Hold on real quick. Go ahead and answer that.
Yeah, I believe in God. And honestly, I became a Christian back in, I guess I got reborn back in 2000 and, what was that, 2016, 2017. And for a long time, I used to fight against God and like how people would take the Bible and apply it to their own means and gains, right? So I always fought about that because I'm like, hold on, man, like the Bible is full of stories, right? It's not really like law because, man has, touched so many things and like changed it over the centuries. But just the belief that there is a higher power. And again, all you need is just that mustard seed of faith that God has your back no matter what. So it took me a long time to get there because I wasn't really ever raised in a church. My mother is Catholic, but she's Hispanic. So whenever I go to church, they would speak in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish to this day. So
like, what is this?
Right. So for like years, I'm in church, but I don't know what they're saying. So it's like I never really got that experience of being and like really understanding the word until I'm in like my late 30s. So.
Okay.
Me personally, I definitely believe in God. I'm a Christian. Grew up in the church. So I've always believed, from an early age or whatever, right? But let me tell you what it's like if I ever had a doubt, let me tell you what really cemented it for me. Like I was probably like 23, 24. I saw somebody that was possessed by a demon, right? like on some real exorcist, going crazy stuff, right? And I know it was real because the spirit that it's crazy to talk about. The spirit that was possessing the person was letting the person tell other people stuff that that person who was possessed would never know. So it was wild. So then when the preacher came out, like the person started exactly how you see it in the movies, right? And if I was a skeptic or if I didn't really believe, I could chalk it up to maybe this church is just putting on a performance, you know, so people to get people to give more money or whatever. Maybe this is fake. I know the person personally who it was, and that person is not a good actor at all. Like I've seen them in like high school plays, they suck acting.
Like you've always, I know this is real.
So this, I was like, yo, this is real. So I'm like, okay, so if a devil or demons is real, then you know God gotta be real. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing right there. But I believe before that. You know what I'm saying? I believe before that.
It's definitely a spiritual realm in my mind. I didn't grow up in church.
Oh, sure.
That was probably the best thing for me. But yeah, I done seen some shit too, my friend. I was like, ain't no way, ain't no way this out there. There's not something better out there. And I don't know how people. Some people are easy. It's easier for them to believe that the devil's busy and there's ghosts and everything else. I was like, so there's nothing on the other side as far as good representing any type of life. It's just work. So it's always an interesting conversation, depending on what people believe in. And I like to talk to people that believe in a little bit of everything, just to get different perspectives. And then we'll see who's right when we die, right? Isn't that the fun part?
For real. That's it.
Best of luck. May the odds everyone's face.
The way I look at it, like if I was to die and I like was a real Christian, not just somebody who go to church or whatever or claim to be that, but somebody who's actually walking this thing out, trying to be kind to people, giving to the poor, all of this type of stuff. I look at it like, yo, if I die and I was wrong, I still lived a good life, you know, a life of giving and all of that type of stuff. So what is there to lose?
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah. And I think we're just, when you pass on or transition, whatever somebody wants to call it, I'm like, there's no way I feel like I'm going to be the same person. Because if we just stick to the Bible, because I know there's like all type of different religions, but for the sake of conversation, we stick to the Bible. It talks about new heaven, new earth, and that no one's going to be sad or anything else. In my head, that means I'm not going to have the same memories, because if I did, I'd be sad knowing that some people weren't there, right? So I'd have to be almost a different being, a different person. Like that's what I'm thinking. We're all just different types of entities or whatever. But that's a conversation that you have when people are drunk and high and really like.
It's all
all right, I'm just gonna bother you guys with a couple more questions. I'm gonna let you enjoy your night. So, when do you feel the most secure and protected? And I'm speaking of like emotionally, not like when I got the nah.
I was going to say, you know, when I got that info.
I feel the most protected when I'm in bed with my wife, and we're under the covers, and like I have my chamomile tea, and like she just makes me. I do. I tell her all my deepest, darkest fears and secrets, and it's great. That's when I feel safe. And then, like, as soon as I get out of the bed and I go outside of my house, I'll battle my dog shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like this, like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta put the third mask back on.
You pull the mask down?
That's it.
No more.
It's like rip the robe off and shit, you know what I'm saying? I ripped it off, put on some Timberlands and a hoodie and just like go and face the world.
I'm laughing, but I've heard some men really say that before. They're like, if they're blessed enough to be in something where they feel very secure in their relationship and that's where they can be their most vulnerable, they get back out there in the real world and they're like, I gotta put on, you know, my armor.
You got to. Yeah. You kind of got to. That's kind of what it is to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you know, like I was joking about it, but that's when I can be my most vulnerable when I'm with my woman. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't be like crying or nothing. I mean, like no shame if dudes be crying or whatever. Like that's just not me. But I feel like I can open up. Like if I need to talk, I can talk to her and whatever like that. But at the same time, like you were saying, yeah, when you go outside, like you can't show any weakness. You know what I'm saying? Because it's people that would try to take advantage of that. So, you know, and then on top of that, being a black man, that you all like the white people is trying to get you, other black people is trying to get you, like it's the white man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's the brother man. Like you never know. So you got to be on your P's and Q's at all time as a black person in general, but specifically a black man in America. So.
Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit mushy here, so I apologize in advance. Whenever I get a hug, that's when I feel secure.
That is so sweet, bro.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. And I know it's gonna sound weird, but I want to know the type of hug, because there's different hugs that people give in like arm placement. So like, is there a certain way that somebody like holds you where you're just like or it's just like having the arms wrapped around?
The arms wrapped around. Like when I get the nice tight 2-arm hug, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this is heaven, yo. This is heaven. So that's me. Yeah.
I think that is so sweet. It's okay.
That's what's up.
Mushy. There's nothing wrong
with
it,
man.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And it can be in any category you feel comfortable sharing. What's the biggest challenge you're facing right now in your life?
That's a good one, Candy. That's a good one.
I'm on my job.
For me personally, she's stupid. It's walking out walking out the dreams that God put on the inside of you. Like it's not for the faint of heart. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, because I feel like a lot of people have all of these dreams. Shout out to the homie Nasir. He had a album. It was called "Don't Die with Dreams Inside," and like that, like ever since like he had made that up, like it stuck with me. It's like so many people, you get caught in this loop of just working your job and coming home and doing nothing, work your job, coming home, doing nothing.
Right.
And it's like all the stuff that you wanted to do, it's like you blink and you 55 years old. And it's like, I'm not super old now, but it's like my young vital years are behind me now. So for me, being a man in his late 30s, I'm like, there's no time to slack. So I'm like, I need to make up for all the partying I did in my 20s, man. My 20s was like, whew, my 20s was crazy, right? So it's like me making up for lost time and walking this entrepreneurial path and like just trying to get. It's like I'm cool with trying something and failing at it. As long as I gave it my best, like I'm cool. But what I hate is having something that you really deep down on the inside want to do and then not going for it. So I'm doing that for myself, and I want to help other people do the same for them, because who knows how long we got? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
I love that.
Damn. All right, brother. That's a couple of quotes right there. You know, we need to
put
that.
Few quotables, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Quotables.
I dig that, man. Damn. Biggest challenge really is just to do new shit. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's insane to repeat the same cycle every single day, right? And not being able to like break it. So the challenge to myself this year is to, really just this try new shit, period. Whether it's, staying consistent with shit I have never done before, or eating better, like I know I should be, or just really, like Arya was saying, just going for your dream or going for the things that you like to do, and not being afraid because you think that you're going to fail, so you don't even attempt that thing that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then also my second one is I don't want to die broke. I don't want to die broke to where my family is still struggling. Yes. So that's my other challenge as well.
I love these answers. Love the answers from these brothers. Y'all all right. Y'all, I ain't gonna have to block y'all after all. I like this.
Damn.
Hey, if the interview was whack, you ain't coming.
There's nothing in this cup. That's acting.
You see?
That is acting. Ain't nothing been in this cup this whole time.
That was all that. It was a bad acting.
That's it.
From his home.
I'm practicing for
It's a
like
prop.
when we
It's a
like
prop.
get interviewed. You know what I'm saying? We're on the Tonight Show and all of that. You say a joke and then you be like,
Better practice.
start laughing with me.
Get up that he messed up.
Stop it in here.
Ain't shit back up. That's what we gonna be ready. All this practice getting us ready, y'all, for all this.
That's it.
Okay.
For sure.
More. What's the best piece of advice you ever received?
Ooh.
I got one.
G, yo.
I got
Go
one.
ahead, G.
So it's two of them, right? And the first one was from Biggie when he said, "Stay far from timid. Only make move when your heart's limit, and live the phrase sky's the limit." Right? Love that shit. Love that shit. Second one, Little Brother. My man Fonte said, "Money don't change you. It only makes you more of what you already are." So
Dang, I was gonna say that.
yeah. So
the quotables.
Wow.
Here's a machine.
I know. He said, "I'm coming with the good answer first this time." He said, "You follow me this time."
right.
You motherfucker.
Follow me.
I'm putting cases on
Oh,
Yo, so look, I can't think of nothing profound like that, but I will tell you this one thing. It was when we were working at Bank of America. G, you remember how it was back in the day before the market crash of like '08? Like people was just like making money. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got your regular hourly rate, but then depending on how much stuff you sold, products you sold to customers, you get like a bonus. And those bonuses used to be fat.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't tell me nothing at 24. I was 24. I bought a house, had a new car, like everything, because these bonuses were so fat, right? And it was this older lady there. I don't remember her name, but she pulled me to the side and was like, "Listen, they can take your bonus away at any given time. So, put that to the side, invest it, yada, 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 act like it's not there." I was 24. I was like, "You right, Miss whatever her name was." But respectfully, I got a ball. So I went and got some 20s for my Lexus I had at the time. 6 months later, they took the bonuses and I almost got kicked out of my house. You know what I'm saying? So just being smart with your money, dude, and like listening to other people. Like if I could go back and to tell 21, 22-year-old me that listen to people who can cut your learning curve in half because they already got the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's one thing to learn by experience, but if you can learn by the experience of others, like you really winning, you know?
He was talking that real shit and the government said, "Nah."
They got him,
shit
man.
off.
I said, "Nah, B. Niggas fuck every day, B."
And I like that it paused on him right as he was like looking deep as shit. Like,
Right.
this is like
Dr. Umar pose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He be talking so hard. He's not around. As soon as he hears something he don't like, he's like, "Here's what you need to understand, Charlamagne.
Right.
Because the schools are named. The girls can't have the come to these schools." I'll be like,
He be going in.
Did you plug it back up?
I'm like, okay. Well,
plug the green cord back up. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Up his little stuff.
Lord have mercy.
You better pay Spectrum. You better pay them folks.
That's in Ohio. We got Dominion Power out here. It's called Dominion Power. What's it called out there? Spectrum?
What's that?
All we see in his teeth, everything, teeth and hair.
Looking like T-Pain.
Figure that out. I'm not T-Pain. He do look like T-Pain. All he gotta do is this.
I'm in love with a stripper.
I don't care what nobody say though. T-Pain's like first 2 albums went fucking hard.
Oh hell yeah!
T-Pain was.
Love those
I
albums.
miss T-Pain. Like, and he's
Love
hilarious. His podcast is pretty good, by the way, too. He's hilarious.
Personality.
He is hilarious.
He's supposed to be bigger than music. I just wish, like, he's paid and has a great like life, I think, or it seems like. But I almost wish like there's just a certain plateau I expect him to be on.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, you should be here because you were just so fucking talented. But and we know how the game goes. Now, he already answered a question I was going to ask, which was great. I want to know for you, if you could go back, what type of advice would you give yourself?
It will be along the lines of the same thing. You know, late 20s, early 30s. Just watch your money, man. Watch your money and invest in Apple. When they got the damn iPhone, put $100 in. This shit probably like 200 million by now. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, yeah, man. I mean, you know, just really like, yeah, I wish that my family was big on like wealth, not just getting paid or not just surviving to get above water, but to really like, you know what, these are the things that will help you when you're in your teens, well, preteens, teens, into your young adult life. Like, hey, you know, make sure you invest in this stuff early, you know, and also be your own boss, because that's how you get, you know, real actual financial freedom. And it's okay to fail when you are your own boss, because you can always, you know, pick it back up again. So I really wish that was something that was preached early on, but we're trying to like do that now with our kids. So, yeah.
I love that. And I think, unless you guys have something to add on to another question I typically ask people, then we'll be all done. What would you teach differently in the school systems now? And it already sounds like big for both of you would definitely be like just this financial awareness and ownership, especially in the POC schools, because we're just not taught that. Not at the same rate that other children obviously are. Outside of money and ownership, is there anything else that you would want implemented into schools that's not already?
Real estate.
I would love to like, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Real estate.
Okay.
And I'm big on history. So I'm big on learning more than just about Black History Month. Right. I want kids to learn more about how great we are. You know what I'm saying? Like we have invented so much shit, but it's only talked about in February. You know what I'm saying? So I would love that shit to be like more, you know, year round. Real talk.
Absolutely. I like that. Did you have anything else to add if your phone?
Excuse me. Real estate and also taxes, because it's ridiculous. You know what? I didn't really click with me until a couple of years ago. They don't teach this stuff on purpose, because what they want to do, they want to just train you to be a good, you know what I'm saying? So they teach you everything that you need to work for somebody else. But how come they aren't classes on entrepreneurship? How come there aren't classes about tax code and tax law? Like, this is all things that you actually need when you're an adult, but they don't teach it. So it has to be by design. Because you're talking about, you might have a class, home economics, or one of those other elective type classes that you probably won't necessarily need. You know, home ec is a bad example, because you do need to know how to cook and all that stuff or whatever. But it's like, it's no accident that they don't put these necessary in the school systems and in the curriculum. Like, it's not designed. People won't know how. It's like I'll post something about billionaires didn't pay anything taxes, right? And the overwhelming majority of comments that I would get if I post something on that is, oh, he need to be paying more taxes. How come he's not paying his fair share? Or the rich need to pay more in taxes. I'm like, okay, you could say that, but how come your first thought isn't, hey, Elon Musk ain't pay no taxes. How can I not pay taxes? You know what I'm saying? It's a direct result of certain things not being taught in schools. So kids and then adults don't even know to think a certain way. So, yeah.
Hey, yo, let me add on to that too, man. Credit. Because I'm going to tell you right now, first year of college, I remember people were like walking up to you like, hey, you know, if you apply for this credit card, we give you a fucking Frisbee or a t-shirt. And you're like, okay, sure. Why not? I signed for this credit card. Man, credit all fucked up, right? So we got to teach credit to these kids, man. But like, listen, credit is going to be your saving grace in life. And I think in the future, it's going to count even more when these kids now, you know, get to be 18 and older. So yeah, we got to talk about credit from like day one, yo. Got to.
Day one. That was one of the bigger things I wanted to talk to you about with my kid, because my parents did very well in the Marine Corps and retired very well. So when you have parents like, you know, retiring, making their little six figures and stuff, but then it's like, y'all didn't teach us about this. So while we grew up in a certain way, you didn't really pass that down. So now I'm not getting this kind of hustle and flow and getting it out the mud like y'all, because nothing was taught to me. And I was just used to everything being paid for and taken care of. Then you get out here in these streets and I'm like, I gotta work. I gotta work. Like, what is all this mean? So as soon as I and he's right now. He was probably second, third grade. I remember being at the store and I was telling him to budget out his own stuff and I'd give him a little money. And I'm like, hey, you factor in tax too. And be thinking about this. And if you want to save a little bit for the next time you want a piece of candy. And he was like, well, can't you just use your credit card? And I said, right there. The fact that you're in elementary school and you're like, can't you just use your credit card? That's what I don't want you to do. And if you ever came into needing some type of money, I want to be set up between me or your grandparents. You can be this business idea. Let me get 10,000. I'm going to get this back to you. This through payday loan or banks or just a lot of places that aren't here for us anyway. I would love to just teach these kids to create a network within themselves. That way you're not really having to on people where there could be this racial bias and a whole bunch of other stuff that we have to fight against. It could be people like you owning banks, giving you the money. I would love to have like that Seneca Village, like 2.0, right? Just having that, again, look that up if y'all don't know, because that's a history thing again. But that would be really dope. Hello. Thank you guys for coming in. Well, we are like done. This was so good. I really appreciate y'all time. I know his phone's messing up, but I'm happy that the majority of the time it didn't cut up. We started getting too real about talking about the ownership and stuff, and they said, nope.
The government was like, nah, too much fun over there. Cut them.
That's it.
Cut them.
They said, get the one with the dreads first. Get him out of here first.
They said, get that T-Pan imposter out of here.
Get him out of here. But I appreciate your time. I appreciate both of you.
Thank you, Candy.
Like, this was amazing. So thank you. Of course, I'm pretty sure we'll collab again on something else.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Is what it is. And you'll be, again, added to the list of people that I won't act brand new with when I, you know, am really up there. I'll be like, oh, I remember them. They can get my coffee and my stones. I'll be sure that y'all will be on the payroll somehow. So tell people where they can find you, how they can support you. If there's a Cash App, put it out there. Put all the information out there. Oh, man.
All right, y'all. So our Instagram is Geek Salad Now. We have a YouTube. It's REANG Presents Geek Salad. And we have a podcast that drops every Friday. And just go to our Insta. We have our own, link tree there for all of our other socials and hands and tags and all that good stuff. But yeah, and more importantly, continue to support our sister Candy with her convos. I love these things. So I want to thank you once more for having us up here.
I appreciate that. We turn around. It's the light-skinned demons. I'm telling you. They I appreciate it. Yes, follow at Candy Cosplay. I'm going to be bringing way more than ratchet ass memes. I promise y'all. I'm trying to kick the addiction to memes right now, and it's hard. But have little link tree in my bio, so you can click on it, see the pages that I'm on, the charities that I support. And also, I am getting into event planning. I'm going to get paid to be myself. I'm going to get paid to do just whatever I want to do. But that's going to be hustle. So I'm throwing an adult prom as long as COVID and everything other variant isn't trying to like shut us down. So June 26th. It's going to be a vibe. The theme is for the 99 and the 2000. I'm branding it as a sophisticated ratchet time. It's going to be some good food, bougie palette. It's going to be good drinks because I'm not. But we'll have like some water and stuff there for those of you that want to get fucked up, but for those that want to get fucked up and listen to great music of our time, because I hate to be super old now, but I'm like, back in my day, we had the whisper song. Like I liked it better. Like we had trash, but I'm like, our trash was better. And then I was like, yep, I'm old. That's how you know. You're just So if you want to support that page, it's Cleveland Adult Prom. And then also I'm going to be doing princess tea parties. So if you're in Cleveland and you want someone that looks like your kiddo to represent one of the many different Disney characters or anime character, I'll show up as Eren Yeager someplace. Look, if you're going, I will cosplay and I'll show up and we'll have a good face painting, healthy snack, whatever time. So hustling. You can follow Candy Bee Parties. I'm going to be uploading stuff soon. And I have my first party in May. I can't believe I booked it because I didn't even like launch the page officially yet. But because of other people that are so great in my life, someone was like, hey, I need you in May. And I'm like, say less. So for anybody that's sitting on ideas, just like make a page, buy the name, the domain, all that stuff, and just like start putting stuff out there because you never know who's watching you and who's ready to say, we're the guy and you're the girl. So I don't know what that was that a zombie?
I don't know, but look, I had to go for a second because I heard a noise on the side of the house, so I had to go get the blicky real quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was. I'm still looking.
Look, y'all both like y'all looking in the same. I'm like, are y'all in the same house?
Don't play that.
We about to see Ghost. He better come back. Oh my God, this is gonna be just like a scary movie. Someone ain't gonna come back. He gotta come back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh no.
Hello.
Oh, let me. We plugging stuff now. Let me plug the new brand that's coming out. It's Charitable Tycoon. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if we can get.
There it is.
Charitable Tycoon line is coming soon. That's going to be dropping. That's my fashion line that I got coming out, and that's actually a portion of these sales is actually going to benefit a local charity in the Norfolk area, in Norfolk, Virginia. So be on the lookout for that. And I think everything is cool. I don't think I'm about to stab nobody. I don't hear the noise no more. I don't know what that was. But yeah. Thanks for having us on, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, love it.
Another question. Y'all both in Virginia?
No, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. Close enough.
Kakalaki.
Are y'all going to any of like cons this year? Is Blurred
Yes.
Oh yeah, BlurredCon for sure.
BlurredCon for sure. Yep.
That's July.
Right.
Are we showing up? Are y'all gonna cosplay or y'all just showing up as niggas?
Ooh, niggas first. Niggas first.
Showing up as niggas.
Maybe some cosplay. Maybe.
Might feel like being a nigga. Might feel like cosplay. I don't know. Like, might just wake up in the side. Like, do I feel niggerish today? I don't know.
Some church's chicken and some food stamp card and nigga. Just anyway, thank you again for your time. I really, really appreciate this. Thank you for anybody. Thank you if you are watching on the motherfucking replay because the numbers are helping me out. So I appreciate y'all helping get the exposure. And y'all have a good night. And until we meet again, I appreciate it.
Watch the Geek Style podcast.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
That's right.
Watch that stuff.
Have a good night. Bye.